And Chris Stock, why don't we start off with you this time?
Well, Greg, just how would you review today's for you personally, and what was it like being back out there?
It was awesome. It's a blessing to be back here at my school, and also just it was a blessing to be able to go out there and compete with Jalen and Quincy one last time. So I had a lot of fun. I feel like I left some things out there. I could have done better, but there's always room for improvement. So I'm gonna just get back to work in these next few weeks.
Sorry. Next up, we'll go to Manny Navarre from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, good to see you again, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Curious, like what your focus was, since the end of the last season when you last played, what you were particularly working on, training, and if there were any, former players or guys that you trained with over the last few months.
Really didn't train with any former players, but my focal point was just to get better at everything from my get off to my hands to my explosiveness, just working on everything football related so I could just be at my best when I get to whatever team picks me up.
Did you hit the benchmarks you wanted today?
Yeah,
times and everything?
On some things I didn't. Like, I didn't PR on everything, but I feel like I had a solid day, and I just feel like it was a blessing to have the opportunity to compete out there, and all you could ask for is just that you go hard at all times. So that's what I did.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to James Williams from the Southern California News Group. James, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, do you mind just talking a little bit about Jalen Phillips and the transformation you saw with him and his body upon arriving at Miami?
Yeah, like when Jalen got here a year and some change ago, he was way skinnier. I feel like I'm really proud of Jalen. He came a long way. He put a lot of work in, and hard work pays off. So, he's reaping the benefits of his hard work right now, and I'm super proud of him. And that's my brother, and I love him.
Thank you.
Next, we go to Hal Habib from the Palm Beach Post. Hal, go ahead.
Hi, Greg. Thanks for doing this with us today. I wanted to ask you a little bit about your decision to opt out, specifically how big of a role your mom may have played in that decision. And, this past year has been so weird for everybody, but you had a front row seat, so to speak, with what your mom went through. What did you see and what she had to endure in her role?
I mean, it was crazy at the time where I opted out, and in the July, August time period, there was a lot of uncertainty surrounding the season. So talked about it with my family, talked to the coaches, and it was just in my best interest to opt out. I mean, I'm just glad, honestly, just to be back and to be back on Green Tree and to have had a day to compete with my guys one last
time. Next, we'll go to Marla Ridenour from the Akron Beacon Journal. Marla, go ahead.
Yeah, Greg. I have a quick one. Did your mom retire right away, or did it take a while?
Oh yeah, pretty much right away.
Okay, and then I was just curious, because the Browns need pass rushers. I don't know if you've ever looked at Myles Garrett, but
yeah.
Could you picture yourself, lining up on the other side of him?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Myles Garrett, he's a freak athlete, and he's just a crazy football player. So for me to have the opportunity to play with him would be amazing.
And did you ever have a second thought about the opting out? When you see, like Jalen, having a big year or, that kind of thing, make you second guess your decision?
No, it wasn't even about Jalen having a big year, because we all came from the same locker room. So I'm rooting for those guys every single step of the way. I want them to prosper, as I'm sure they want me to prosper as well. So at the end of the day, it's all about us just achieving our goals and making it to the next level and winning football games here in Miami. But it was tough at times, just sitting back and watching and not playing and being removed from the game for a year. It's definitely a lot more boring than being with the team and going on plane rides and bus rides and stuff. So I miss my guys a lot for sure. But I was there supporting them every single step of the way.
Thank
you. Gotcha.
Next, we'll go to Matt Baker from the Tampa Bay Times. Matt, go ahead.
Greg, how much better do you think you were able to get as a player by opting out and being able to focus on yourself that you couldn't do in the normal day-to-day grind of a season?
I feel like I got a lot better, just working every single day. I was at Exos in Pensacola, just being dedicated, being diligent about everything, focusing on flexibility, focusing on just a lot of D-line stuff just to get ready for the next level. And I feel like I made the most out of my opportunity.
The flip side is that you only have really 1 year of film. What's kind of your conversations been with NFL teams about just not a lot to just not a lot of film to show.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of film, but I feel like I showed a lot in the time that I did play my redshirt freshman year. I feel like I proved a lot. I also feel like I'm a very versatile athlete, and I fit into a lot of schemes. And I'm just somebody who's going to be a hard worker from day one. I'm ready to get to the next level.
We got time for a couple more for Greg. We'll go to Kyle Odegaard from the Cardinals. Kyle, go ahead.
Hey, Greg. Yeah, I cover the Cardinals and wondering, they have Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt. What kind of value would it be to learn under those guys? And have you studied their pass rushing ability at all?
Yeah, I watch Chandler Jones all the time because he has a similar body type. Like, he's pretty long. You know, he's a long strider. He uses his hands well. So he's somebody that I definitely look up to. And to be able to go to a team like that and play with like those, like that caliber of players, would be amazing just to learn from them. You know, they'd have a lot of experiences, I'm sure, to share from the years they've been in the league. So that'd be amazing.
And last one for you, Greg, from Danilo Lacalle. Danilo, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, how are you doing? Danilo from Brazil.
Yeah.
Well, Greg, you're one of the best prospective players in this NFL draft, but how do you feel about your preparation, and how do you think you can still improve now joining the next level?
I feel like I could improve in every single part of my game. I just have to keep on working, whether it's my hands, my get off, just learning the game, upping my football IQ, the whole 9 yards. There's always things to get better at. So that's what I'm just going to focus on until I get drafted and beyond that point in time as well.
Thank you, and good luck.
Hey, Greg, thank you so much for taking the time to join us for a few minutes after your pro day, and best of luck on draft day.
For sure. Missed you guys. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a blessed one.